Hello, I'm Dr. Jane. I'm a psychologist and this is Knowing Narcissism. And this is answering a question that somebody sent me. You can either, if you're happy to put the comments below, you can ask a question there, or you can DM me on Instagram. There is a link in the show notes below. So this lady writes, I was in a casual relationship with a guy for 2 years. When we met, he made me feel like we had a very deep connection. That is the first phase of a narcissistic relationship, the idealization phase. She's not writing this, I'm saying this. I should have ended it there when he started seeing another girl. But he manipulated me into staying. And he told me how incredible I was, that we had the best sex ever. However, he said that the other woman ticked more of his boxes in terms of being a long-term partner. He asked if I would become his secret lover, as he couldn't bear to lose me. Stupidly, I agreed, but I soon learnt that I wasn't happy sharing him. Every time I started to question the relationship, he would hook back with me and give me gifts and pay tons of attention to me. I eventually worked out that he was a narcissist, and I told him that I didn't want to see him anymore, but he started sending me pictures and gifts and to kind of infer what I was missing. In the end, I blocked him because I was being tempted by him. Not a bad thing. Now, I feel traumatised by the whole experience. I've looked up his now girlfriend on social media and she seems like a nice person. And part of me feels that I should contact her to tell her what he's really like. I don't want her to get hurt the way I did, which I feel is inevitable. Would saying something be a bad idea? Unfortunately, you have to put yourself in her in the position that she's in. Now, imagine that somebody completely out of the blue that you didn't know was to suddenly contact you and start telling you that this man that you've just started seeing, that you are potentially building a life with, because remember, she was the one that he felt was more of a suitable long-term partner. How he's worked that out, she's probably somebody that's a little less questioning, more passive about him. That probably ticks those boxes for him. But if you were to suddenly get, when you were seeing him, a message from somebody out of the blue telling him what a complete rat this guy was, what would you have done with that? Would you have listened to that person? Would you have taken their advice? Or would you have got defensive and hostile? Or would you have asked him, giving him the opportunity to, of course, say that person, oh, she was a former girlfriend, I got rid of her, she was mad, she was really needy, please don't take any notice of them. It's a really difficult situation to be, because people like this chap will just go round being exactly how they are. You've described him perfectly, all the stages of the relationship, and that just kept repeating and recycling all the time. That is just a perfect example. He is not going to change. And you telling this person, tempting as it is, because as you say, she seems like a nice person, why wouldn't you want to tell them what an absolute kind of rat this guy is and will continue to be? I'm not sure it's going to be huge amounts of use. You can say in retrospect, oh, you wish that somebody had told you all about this guy and how awful he was. But at the time that you were in that beginning, that idealization phase, that phase of connection, really getting it together with him, if somebody had just popped up and told you that, how would you feel about it? It's really difficult. There may be a way of, I don't know, finding other people that maybe mutually know her, to kind of tell them what he's been like, and then that way it is a way of actually kind of putting it out there what he is. He is not going to change, and if she starts to question him like he believed that you did, and he doesn't have anything to answer to, of course, because he's a narcissist, he's entitled, he wants control, he wants power, he feels superior, he feels unique, he feels special, all of these things, he just is completely in love with himself, and all the time that's being met by somebody, he's going to be slightly putting in the effort. But all he will do, if you told her and then she called him out on it and then ended the relationship, all he'll do is just go on to the next person, or he'll scroll back in his little, his phone book and his contacts, and he'll think, oh, I haven't contacted that person for a while. Oh, look at me, I'm back in your life. Aren't you lucky? So it's a really difficult situation, knowing that somebody is going to be having a really torrid and horrible time with this person, but I'm not entirely sure it would be much use to either her or ultimately you if you were to tell her. It's really tricky situation, and ultimately, you know, you have to follow your conscience as to what it is that you want to do. But I do hope this has been useful, because, you know, they are out there, narcissists looking for feed, looking for relationships, looking for finances, looking for security, all of those things. There are so many of them out there. And yes, if we could call them out, that would be brilliant. You know, they're never going to go around wearing a big kind of badge around their neck going, by the way, I'm a narcissist, do look out. But let's just be aware of them, and this is what this channel is all about. Thank you so much for watching. If I could ask you to like, subscribe, click the notification bell, it just helps the channel enormously, and go to the Instagram feed. There's lots more there on narcissists, and if you want to send a question in, please feel free to, and I will answer them in my next videos. Thanks ever so much, and do take care.